on, y'all? It's Adam Understeerking from Koruworks. This is my walk through the 2025 Tokyo Auto Salon. So let's get things started. This first booth is from Craft Sports. They do restorations for GTRs. So all types, from the Hakosuka to the Kenmari, all the way to the 32 to the R35. There's some really cool cars on display, and they actually had a guy in there assembling a full RB26, which was really crazy. They had his own clean room and everything. So that's pretty amazing to see, and you don't really see that too often. Here's my mom. So this is pretty cool right here. A lot of people don't know the very first GTRs ever were sedans. So this purple car right here is the 40th anniversary made by Nissan and Autech. So they took R33 sedans and literally converted them into GTRs. So they gave them wide body fenders, the RB26 DETT, and the full Atessa ETS system. Like I said, again, this is pretty cool. A lot of people don't know this existed, and they don't know why it existed. And again, it's because the first GTRs were sedans. Sorry I couldn't get good footage of it. I can see it's like wall-to-wall people in here, and I probably caught something. My throat's kind of scratchy. So that's a Hakosuka right there. That's the coupe, and then there's the Kenmari right next to it. So if I can eventually squeeze through these people, here's the clean room I was talking about, where the guy is assembling the RB26 engine for a customer, which is pretty cool. Imagine that was your engine and see this guy in there just building it with his Matco toolbox. But again, this is like a master putting his engine together. So this booth is pretty cool. They're MSY Garage, and they painted each one of these cars as a 180SX, an S15 Sylvia, and a C35 Laurel. Well, they're all painted with the Mazora paint that's from Signal in Osaka. Another cool thing is they all had different shades. So that one's more purple to blue, and the S15 is more copper to purple, and then the C35 Laurel is green to purple. But again, this paint is from Mazora, and they're from Signal Auto. It's very famous if you remember the old drift videos from back in the day. So the 180 has a Urus GT kit. The S15 Sylvia has the Vertex Ridgeline wide body kit. We do offer the Urus GT and the Ridgeline for the Sylvia on our website. So we're now approaching the Car Modify Wander booth. The first car is an S15 Sylvia owned by our JDM legend Noriara. It has the wide body kit, the start kit. This is the one that's on the 180 they had last year, and they just released it for the S15 Sylvia this year. It's the first time Alexi's had a pretty cool looking shiny car. You know, normally they look pretty used and pretty abused, which is his style. But it's pretty cool to see him having something really shiny. It's really hard to tell also. It had a candy paint with sparkles in it, but the camera couldn't pick it up with the lighting, so I apologize. This is the other side of Hall 9 that we're walking in. These halls were absolutely huge, and you can see there's just people everywhere. This is the Watanabe booth. They're really famous for making small wheels for classic Japanese cars. They're made out of magnesium also. Another fun fact is they're made the exact same way they've been built in the 70s. So it's just one master, and he makes every wheel by himself, pretty much. He has a team. They had these really cool Time Attack and N2 style Hachirokus. They all made really big power, you know, for 4AG. They were really, really high, so 11 or 12,000 RPM, and they're basically made to the exact same specifications as the series was, the one-make race back in the late 80s and early 90s. They actually had wheels for sale. They were 50% off. So if you bought like a set of 4 wheels, you essentially got 2 for free, which is pretty cool. I would have bought some, but I don't have anything that's 4 lug. Veilside booth. It was their 35th anniversary, so of course they went all out like they typically do. They brought out all the heavy hitters, the Han FD3S from Tokyo Drift, their new 400Z, I guess it's called the Z now, and they also brought out a classic S30Z. I'm trying to get a better shot of it, but yeah, it was kind of too hard. I think I just gave up because there's so many people. This DC5 was pretty cool. It's pretty much set up like they do in America. It's very American style. Use American parts on it, and but it's kind of like a track weapon or like a Conjo style, even though it's not a Civic. He had a really cool fuel setup in the trunk, and the gentleman was actually nice enough to open it up for me when he saw us trying to get a peek at it. Yeah, look at that. I'm a huge fan of fuel systems like that, with the hard lines, stuff like that. This looks so good and really look together. Had to give that guy props for that. Very nice Honda, very nice. Pretty clean IS also that he built. Car really caught my attention. Like, I really wasn't too much of a fan of that car until recently. It looks pretty good, especially the color that he used, and the wide body kit and the finish are really nice. This S15 Sylvia was incredible. I apologize, it's hard to see, but it literally looked like a under Suzuki car or a time attack car, or you can also say a Super GT car. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Big wheels on it, see, big advance. Here's a carbon Hakosuka. Again, I know I repeat myself a lot, but man, it's really, really hard to maneuver around these folks. And this was later in the day too, when there were less people. The new GR86 and BRZs, they look pretty good. I like those cars a lot. It's cool that they bumped up the displacement to 2.4 liters now, so it's kind of like a modern S2000, if you want to say. Or I know it's not a direct replacement, but at least it's a replacement. But at least the displacement is the same, and it makes more power now. So this car's from Makamans. It's a GT86, and it has a rotary engine in it, but they did not have the hood popped at that time, unfortunately. They just had the race queen next to there and all the dudes trying to get all the shots they could. So I wish you could see me right now. I literally will have like both my hands up just trying to snake through these folks. This booth was pretty popping, but as of right now, when I walked by, it wasn't. They had like 10 race queens with outfits on there with the Tasha style and like the Vocaloids, but unfortunately, they weren't there when I walked back. I apologize. Off-road scene is actually becoming pretty big in Japan, overlanding and things like that. So it's kind of cool and interesting to see. It's a big, popular in America and different parts of the Middle East, things like that. So it's kind of cool to see that migrate over to Japan. I'm a big fan of the Testarossa. Gotta love a flat 12. All right, we're approaching the Origin Lab booth. We are Origin Lab South, and we had to represent. So this is their new kit, driftline for the Mark II. And you can see this hood on there. They do injection custom hoods. So if anybody wanted to inquire about those, they can do those. They do take a little bit longer to produce, but you can literally do any design you want. This is Yusuf's GT86/BRZ with the driftline kit on it, and you can see he really, really likes snacks. So he put snacks all over his hood. But again, you can get any design you want. Saphira kit was really nice too. You don't see too many Saphiros. Super GT, Supra, MK5. You also have the Honda Civic Type R, which is rear-wheel drive. And lastly, they have this R34 2004. Now, this is a VQ powered car. It also has a chop top roof. It's a championship winner, '04, and it's a very special car. Again, it does not have an RB26. It has a VQ in it. So the main haul is kind of more, like I say, big manufacturers and name brands. You won't see too many tuners like in the second haul. But here we go, the work booth. Look, the brand new VSKFs. Those are 22s. Look at that. With the black chrome, this is so sick. God damn. It's really funny because like they had a bunch of no touching signs, and this dude is just like touching the wheels, and like I looked back at the guy, like the main work guy. He was about to say something. The guy walked away. Bunch of knuckleheads out here. So here we go over here. The new Crash the Market. They brought back out the VSKFs. The faces look a little bit different on the work wheels now, and they have a lot of new finishes that look really sweet. I love the black chrome lips. Yeah, the work booth was very, very nice. I opinion liked it more than the Raise booth. Raise is kind of getting a little,
Raise is cool. Please buy wheels from them on our website. Anything Raise, Advan, or Volk Racing, we got you.
and this Century right here was something else. Like, this was baller. Look at this thing. Can you imagine pulling up to that? You get out the back seat, got your driver, but forget a Rolls Royce. Good gracious. I pan over to the Emotion lineup, which are really cool. I liked it. Oh man, it was really cool. Everything there looked really good. Even the new colors look like tropical Skittles. I like tropical Skittles. Gonna hurt a lot of purists. Liberty Walk allowed people to draw on their F40 wide body kit, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, if you're gonna pay $1 million or something for a car, why not have fun with it, right? They also had a collab with Bape, so we need to probably get to do that in Koruworks eventually. We might have some fashion stuff coming along pretty soon, so keep your eye out on that. I think I go over there, but there's a Kaido style R32 GTR. This car, Liberty Walk likes hurting feelings, and but I was cool with it. It's there. They got the money for it. And this is a real Lamborghini Miura. A couple shows back, they had a replica, but that is a real one that they put a wide body kit on. And you can see I just gave up filming it because there's people surrounding it. So I'm sorry, y'all. Now this Hachiroku was really, really cool. You can see I like more of the older cars. Full carbon body. So the hatch, roof, bumpers, spoiler, obviously. It's all carbon. It all matched too. Look, your weave too, than what you normally see, which I would kind of like. As TE37Vs for victory for the classic spec cars. Over fender's a little bit, I'm not really a fan of that look, but it does match the rest of the car. Of course, it's screaming 5-valve 4AG. Sorry, I got a little ADD. Full carbon 911. Sorry, I forgot what chassis. I'm not sure if it's 964 or not, but I've seen a lot, but it is really cool to see in person. Another car where all the weave matches around the whole body. Which you gotta think, that takes a lot of work to do to match up weaving like that. Walking over here to some exotics. Too many exotics that catch my attention, but I do like the Carrera GT. This had a custom body kit on it that was really, really nice. A pearl white. I'll move along to the rear of it when I go around these two gentlemen here. Get out the way. Move, man. So yeah, look at that. The rotors match. He even had covers for the rear of the engine, because normally you can see the motor through those little grates, but it's kind of okay. But he made his own covers that match the pearl paint. Like the way he has the wing extended also. It's a baller right there. Now look at this right here, man. This R35 was, wow. It looked like, to be honest, like something what Sebastian would make. It's kind of similar greenish blue. Yeah, they went crazy. It even had the water droplet sprayed on it on the rear. Also, the staff is very dedicated. You can see a guy right there with an LED light. He'll be coming around, walking around the car to make sure I have the best lighting when I'm filming it. He told me to come behind the rope. He got really excited. He got really excited when I was filming the car. Very amazing looking vehicle with tons of custom work, and I really appreciated this car, the effort that went in it. I can't imagine like everything that went in this car. Yeah, again, look at that, the water droplets. So what they literally have to do is while they're painting the car, someone has a water sprayer and sprays while the dude's spraying the paint. It's overpowering the camera right now. Sorry I'm taking so long on this thing. It's just so pretty. Man, the more you look, the more you see. For you donk ATL folks, I had to get this Charger. Again, immaculate paintwork. These guys really put a lot of effort into body work. You gotta appreciate it. Coming to a takeover near you. Don't do that. Actually, we don't condone takeovers. Got the Frenchie on the hood there. This was a girl's car. She's sitting over in the corner, and her boyfriend's car was at S2000. But it has some new CR21 Volks. Well, they're not new anymore. They've been up for about a year. But look at that interior. Everything matches. It's how you're supposed to do a car. Complete package. Checks off all the boxes. Exterior performance. Another cool thing is I like the way she did the flat black with real paint. That's a good mix. Even the Yokohama on the tires is pink. Full-on Time Attack S2000. Really cool livery on it. HKS Supercharger kit or Pro Charger, whatever they call it. Very well put together. Very aggressive car. Look at the flames there too. I love that. Japanese bonsai on the side. And that's an Amuse roof. It looks a little weird. Looks kind of like a OEM, but you can look by the rear glass. It is an Amuse roof on there. Pretty rare. This is the Looking FD3S. Looking is a very famous body shop based out of the Kansai area of Japan. They do a lot of crazy body kits and extremely nice paintwork also. It's probably one of my favorite FDs ever. Got the Varis S2000s. They brought out a street style one and a more aggressive track style build. This gray silver one, again, is pretty cool. Look at the size of the weaving on the carbon. It's massive. Which again, I actually like that a lot. GT86 from them. Excuse me, GR86. Sorry about that, y'all. Keep changing names up. RE Amemiya booth. It was their 50th anniversary this year. That's a milestone. 50 years of Rotary. I wonder how many Apex hills that is. Very nice RX-8 R3. Very underrated car in America. It's gonna catch on now finally. But it's probably the only car that I would have bought other than S2000 that had similar handling. Replica of Keisuke's FD3S from Initial D. So we have the 4-stage / 5th stage look. Got a dude modeling by the car there. Another smile. Gotta love it. Now this right here. The Feed FD. It's very hard to tell. It had a very pretty pearl paint job. And the sponsorships on the side, or the livery, is ghosted on. You can only see it at certain angles, which, again, I'm a very big fan of that. The early 2000s looks really subtle. It doesn't take away from the car. Trying to get another look at that FD, but, you know, what can you do, right? There we go. Ooh, gotta love a yellow car. I'm a big fan of yellow cars. 4-rotor FC. It's mid-mounted. Look how far back that motor goes. It goes into the tunnel with the transmission. Fujitsu had this beautiful RX-3. The rest of the Amemiya booth. It was a huge booth. A lot of sexy RX-7s in there. Cool merch too. I was lucky enough to get a model car before the scalpers got it. On the way to the Trust / GReddy booth, they brought out this crazy Soar from the 80s. This thing went 186 miles an hour, 190 miles an hour back in the 80s. That is terrifying. It has two 20G turbo kits, which are the rebuilt ones by PPG. So they have the new billet wheels on there. So this is a completely modernized Soar with coil packs and everything. It's pretty cool. They brought out a lot of their older demo cars and revamped them. More companies should do that. I have this Sonyeon GTR. Can't go wrong here. It's also been updated from their previous shows from 2000s. Have their new T51Z twin turbo kit on there. And a new trigger kit also. Look at that. Man. The color was not Bayside blue. It was a different blue. I believe it was a GReddy blue. I'm not sure what hue it is. I have to ask Riley for that. He went to art school. Look at that. New T88 turbo. Brand new. New blades on there, new billet wheel. That's the old steel wheel to the left, new billet on the right. Got your new 20G turbo for you SR boys. Look at that. Same thing, old wheel, new wheel. This is the full, what do you call this thing? The 400Z? We're calling it a 400Z. I'm sorry. The new 400Z twin turbo kit. They actually had it laid out. Pretty cool. Everything you see as is. Full bolt-on kit. And you can pass California emissions. One thing GReddy does is make sure your car passes emissions. Those neon signs were like $300. They're proud of those things. On to HKS, Hasegawa, Kadogawa, Sard. They brought out a lot of cool cars also. You know, GReddy's right next to you. You gotta go hard. This is their Time Attack R34 Sunyon. Big wing on that bad boy. Has a HKS V-cam, which is like a valve timing adjustment for the RVs. They had the hood closed, but it also had a big turbo kit. A matte white color too. Top secret booth. It's their 35th anniversary also. This is the only gold car they had. The rest were all their new, that kind of bluish gray flat color. Typically I'm not a fan of flat colors, but it worked. It worked in person. Got off the red carpet too. They played a lot of old option videos when he got arrested in the UK for going 192. The only thing they were missing is a R33. I wish they brought one of those, but it's okay. Everything they had is pretty cool. A lot of 35s, 34s, obviously, and R32s. And they had one in the corner, which I believe I go check out, that has the full R35 conversion on it. So, rear mount transmission, BR38, everything to be an R35, but it's an R32. There we go. See, full VR38. Body's also been widened too because everything drivetrain wise won't fit in a 32, so they had to give it a wider finish in the front. This is also neat. It's a GTT R34. It has the R35 driveline, so it's rear mount transmission. It's full dual clutch, so it's an RB25 DET with dual clutch technology. Fun fact, there was a booth that was a couple of spaces away that had two R35s with R34 drivelines. So it's like kind of funny, it's like opposite ends. You can have a 34 that's modern tech or R35 that's true 6-speed manual, which I think would be pretty cool. They had a couple of them, some videos of it running, and it looked like it was a pretty solid setup. Cusco, or Cusco, you know, tomato. They had their GT300 Impreza. You might remember this car from Gran Turismo 2. Very special ride. I'm very happy they brought it out. I'm just trying to survive at this point. If you see, whenever you see the camera go 6 feet in the air, I'm just trying to get through these people and survive, because these, man, some people are rude as hell out here. That was Taniguchi's car. Sasha Grey rode in that thing, believe it or not. She's my hero. This is Kisa Ano. These are her two twin drift cars. She has a 180 and a Cresta X100. She's the current female world champion in drifting. So, fun fact there. She's also really sweet. This is the fucking fast booth. Yes, that is the real name, aka Speed Hawaii. They came back after 20 years, which is huge. There's a reason behind that, but I'll get into that a little later. They make big brake kits right there. And there's the queen, Kisa. Look at her. She's so nice. Look at her. We love Kisa. Look at that paint. It looks like Millennium Jade. So many good paint jobs out there. That's one thing oh man, I couldn't get over some of these paints and cool colors. A lot of different things too. GR Yaris. Man, they knew what they're doing. They didn't give us this car for a reason. I'm not going to get into it though. We know why. BN Sports finally listened to their customers and made some wide rear finish for the Cresta. I don't know what took so long, but hey, we're glad they're on there. Look at that. It's also available on Koruworks.com. Order up, please. BN Sports stands for Bangladesh Nippon. If you didn't know that, by the way. Check out their flags. The Bangladesh flag, the Japanese flag. It's pretty much the same thing, except one's green. This Ichigo Sylvia over here has a 3.4 liter 2JZ. I'm not sure if they use it in any competitions. It doesn't look like it, but they might. So I didn't want to say anything I don't know or be ignorant, but check that out. Man, I had to get a closer look at that. Spokem time. They were blasting Ludacris the whole time, which, I was a fan of. I'm trying to get over to this Rista over here because obviously I like blue cars. So it's like my Verosa. But look at that thing. It's got the BBS LMs on it. Nice red interior. There we go. Nice pinstripe on there with the pink that matches. Mwah! Look at that. Woo! Very nice car. HKS also had a bunch of their products on display. Their oil. They make oils and fuels. A lot of people don't know that. They make everything car related. Baby carriage. It's the RB26 new stroker kit and deck block they produce. Pretty cool. Hey, thank you everyone for watching this video. Again, sorry we're so crowded. I did the best I can do, but hey, we really appreciate your review. Make sure to like and subscribe and visit Koruworks.com. We love you.